Okay, folks, we're going to take a call from Torstein Horgmo. He's got some exciting news. This board he's been working on for years from Capita is finally about to hit shelves. We got Tor on the line. What's happening, Tor? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, Chris. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. First, before we get into the board, how's dad life treating you? How's baby Rain? How's mama doing?
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. It's challenging, more challenging than probably anything I've ever encountered, and probably more rewarding than anything I've ever encountered too. It's just, yeah, it's every day is new. We're just like adapting as much as we can right now. We've been staying home a lot, just kind of laying low for a while. We're still in the sort of thick of it. But it's amazing, man. It's so good.
Congrats, man. It's really fun to see you as a dad out there. So let's get right
Thank you.
into it, though. This new board, the Matriarch, how many years in development has this thing been going?
I would say roughly 3 years in the making since the initial process. I mean, really, since I started writing for Capita, I had my thoughts and eyes on this moment of opportunity coming, and then yeah, but we didn't really get started until 3 years ago.
And what exactly were you
Yeah.
trying to accomplish with this thing?
Well, I was just I was just eager to make a board, to make a snowboard that's like catered for my riding style, more or less, you know. Um, I think with riding for DC for so long, I was so young when I started there, and I was just kind of in the same boat as many other riders are, where you just kind of ride whatever is given to you, and it worked. Um, it worked for the time being, and then starting to ride for Capita and having just a deeper connection with the people, with Blue and the people at the factory, Tommaso and Anjay and Greg over there. Just knowing that I had the opportunity to create something that is more catered to where I'm at now, uh, was something that I couldn't really pass up, and I wanted to dive in deep, so to speak.
That's killer. And when it comes to like riding, all mountain powder board, park board, good for everything. What would you say it
It's a
lends
street
itself to?
board.
It's a handrail board
It's
only.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's strictly for the streets. Um, Shikutami, to be specific. Um, well, like but it's not completely, that far away from the truth. Like obviously, it's a powder board, freestyle oriented. That's kind of where my heart is right now in snowboarding. And after all these years of riding street, riding slopestyle, riding big air, riding a lot of park and transition, and then transitioning into more and more into the backcountry, and what I would look at now as more of the essence of snowboarding in my eyes. Um, it definitely has the influence from those former years, but um, it's just what I like in a board now, and honestly, like I didn't know. I had to go and find out how that works and what that really is, because I didn't really know. I can look at I can look online at all the other brands and their lineups of backcountry boards, and just kind of guess, like what I like, but I really had to just go and find out.
I love that. And talking to Blue and Greg, I think they told me that they've never seen anybody so meticulous about the design of a snowboard in the history of Capita down to the millimeter. Like it seemed like you really cooked on the precise specs on this thing to really get it to where you wanted it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I just bottom line is that I didn't really, I could pretend I knew what I was doing and knew what I wanted, but I didn't, and I just realized this was going to be a process that took longer than I expected, that I initially like was hoping for, because I had to learn all this shit, like I didn't know what the side cut numbers, the millimeters, and all those ratios really meant, so starting from prototype number one, it was like that was that was a rough guess, but I think I got really lucky even with the first one. as far as the ballpark that I wanted, and then we just started building from there. And it was kind of the little bit of push on the gas pedal that I needed, from right from the get go. That like, okay, like I'm not that far off, but there's a lot to learn here, and I kind of had to just go into like a back to school, and just really study this, and a lot of back and forth. We went 7 rounds of prototyping over the course of almost 3 years, and we just learned so much from each round. It was really really fun that way. As soon as I surrendered to like this thing taking long, and probably even longer than they wished for at the factory and within the brand, but once I got sort of in the process, I was like, okay, I can't rush this. If not, it's just not going to be authentic, and I just wanted it to come out right.
I love that. Personal question. I'm about 5'11", 170 pounds, size 10 foot. What size would you recommend for me if I'm gonna take this thing as my all mountain chomper?
You're probably going to want the step up to the 161 potentially.
Woo.
The thing is with this first round, where since I took my time with this, and everybody at Capita kind of honored it. They really honored my request on this being done right. It's going to be a late release for this season, so it's not going to be the full lineup for the first limited release. It's only going to be the model that I've been developing, which is the 158. So for anybody looking for a bigger or a smaller version, or a wide version, that is coming, but that's not going to be out until September next year. That's when the full line of the matriarch is going to be dropping. So this round, um, you would probably do fine on the 158, I think, honestly. It would just be a bit more playful. Um, but I'm five, maybe I'm 5'8", 5'9" on a good day. I don't really know at this point. Um, I'm I'm 155, 160, around that on the weight, and that's the 158 is catered to my style of riding, and then like we're going to be building on it. But in the first round, it's just going to be that one board, super limited release, and yeah, but there's more to come.
Looking forward to testing this thing out. Last question I have: Matriarch, great name. How did you come up with it?
That's it's a kind of a bigger one. Well, not really. It's just it's all about the creative force for me, divine feminine, the mother of all. The head of the house. A lot of that goes into it. It's just from a lot of my experiences in the last 7-8 years, I'd say, was influencing this move, and just kind of honoring the ultimate creative force. Um, and then yeah, the graphic as well is sort of reflecting that in a big way. Working with this artist, David Geraldo from Colombia. He's a visionary artist that I initially um, got in contact with after a friend of mine bought one of his paintings, and I ended up asking him if I could use it for the cover art for one of my uh, pieces of music that I released. And then I got in touch with him, and then yeah, you can check him out as well on Instagram. And I think his name is David underscore Artevida, and you can actually see I think the last couple of posts he's done is of the finished full painting of my board. Um, and it's actually hanging on my wall at home right now. We did some slight modification working with Ephraim over at Capita, who's been there from the beginning, just to make it kind of fit the snowboard and how we wanted it. Um, but yeah, the name is sort of like reflected in the graphic, and sort of my own experience over the last however many years, like working on music and and working on my snowboarding, working on, um, you know, healing and all this stuff, yoga. It all goes into it, you know. It's just like, um, just honoring that creative force, and progressing. I think is a big part of it.
God, I love it, Tor. I always love chatting with you. I love the journey you're on. I love the board. I can't wait. I hope I get some powers from that board as well. The magical powers that you put into it. And God, I'm excited to see you and Celia and Rain and hang soon. But thank you so much for taking the time to call in to chat about this exciting board release. I appreciate that, Tor.
Thanks for having me on, man. I hope I can join one of these group chats one day coming soon. It just looks like you guys are having the best time in the studio.
Oh
I
yeah.
can't wait to give this one a full listen.
Anytime. Doors always open, Tor. So appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you too, my man.
Okay.
Thank you so much.